Hello, I'm Hansa Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I think the uniqueness of the Reggae Girls is they embody the national motto of Jamaica, which is out of many one people. So when you look at the entirety of the Jamaica squad, you have dark-skinned girls, mixed-race girls, girls who have black and Asian in them. You also have the homegrown players, so like your Bunny Shaw, your Konya Plumber, your Den Blackwood. So what that means in terms of from a grassroots perspective is girls who are born in Jamaica can look at a Bunny Shaw and hear that authentic accent and say, you know, if Bunny can make it, then so can I. Once you hear that authenticity, that raw Jamaican accent, they should be able to look at a Bunny Shaw who's now our captain to say, if Bunny can do it, especially if you come from the same community, the same parish as her, if she can do it, then so can we.
I want to give a big bless up to the Reggae Girls out there. They ain't believe in us. John did. Reggae Girls, keep winning, keep inspiring. I know you're going to be great out there. World Cup. Sadella Marley, number love. Bless up from DJ Khaled.
And I'm represent for the Reggae Girls. You know what I mean? Big up on yourself every time. Especially if you're qualifying for the World Cup back to back. You know what I mean? Sidela, big up yourself. One love every time. You know the thing go. Blessing off a flow like a river. Blessing off a flow like a river. What the Reggae Girls do? Left them name night earth like a queen. Me have to big up the top soccer team. You know Massacre represent. Jamaica supporting every time. You know the thing go.
Hello, I'm Hansa Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I feel like I'm from UK, you know.
See the moonlights on the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Talawa TV is in the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Got a corner on the town upon. Yeah, this is the Ocean of the Messenger, and you're watching Talawa TV with the host and best Davis. Take it away.
My Talawers, how are you all? Good afternoon, good evening. You know what, guys? Let me just pause for a second. Let me just pick up something. Don't go nowhere. Just realize I need to pick up something. Don't go nowhere, guys. One moment. Yeah, I can do it. I could definitely do without any technical problems right now. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Let's do the intro again. Good afternoon, good evening, possibly good morning. All depends on where you are in the world. Welcome back to another live stream. Tonight's live stream, I should say, well, it's morning for me. I'm already into my Tuesday morning. This one's a bit late. Planned quite late. Had a tiring day, and then out the blue, I somehow managed to fall asleep without even realizing that I was sleeping. Woke up in a panic. I was like, have I even had my dinner? Thankfully, I did. I ate before I went for my surprise nap. And then I woke up and thought, okay, let me give you guys a live stream because you deserve it. I know a few of you asked me on some live streams, maybe last week, on one of my live streams last week, one of my subscribers asked me about Kiki Van Zanten, and I did brush over some information there pertaining to her injury and her return. As I said, I did spot on her social media that she posted some photos recently, and she was wearing a pair of heels. And if you know about Kiki Van Zanten, then you will know about her injury. It was previously a foot injury. It's not rocket science. If you can see her in heels, as I said, that does give you an indication that she's on the steady road to recovery. So we're going to touch on Kiki Van Zanten, also going to be touching on Leon Bailey. I know I haven't been giving you guys regular Reggae Girls content pertaining to their club update. That's mainly because of the September international window for the men's team, so shifting my focus over to the Reggae Boys. So I do apologize for that, but now going forward, I'm going to try and combine the two, try to see if I can give you both the Reggae Boys and the Reggae Girls content as I go. And obviously, like with the Reggae Boys, when it's time to turn my attention to the Reggae Girls for the international break, then I hope you guys can understand that's just the way that I have to do things. You know how it goes, guys. I don't like to sit here and talk to a screen. screen because it is a little bit awkward. So do get friendly in the comment section. Before I continue, if you are out and about, I do hope that you make it home safe and unharmed, because walking through your doors is an underrated blessing, okay? And if you're having your dinner, a late dinner, do go ahead and eat for the both of us. How I'm going to start things off, I'm going to be starting off with the Reggae Girls. I'm going to be brushing over some information there pertaining to club updates. I won't go into anything too in depth, mainly because, as I said, I just put this show together quite last minute. So I'm kind of just working with a particular angle, and my angle for tonight is to look at a couple of those Reggae Girls who have moved to their respective clubs and look at their performances, making their debut for their new respective clubs in their league competitive competition. So we're going to be looking at a host of players, and then I would also be switching my focus to Leon Bailey. We're going to be hearing a very short audio there from Unai Emery. Big occasion there for Aston Villa. They're kickstarting things in the Champions League tomorrow night, back on Europe's biggest stage. They've been there before. They know what it's like to compete in the Champions League. Of course, you guys should be aware of this. They also know what it takes to win the Champions League. They are a Champions League winning club. Not many of you can say that about your respective clubs. Right, so let's go ahead and continue. Let's see. As I said, we're going to be starting off with the Reggae Girls, so I guess I can start off in Japan. Let's take a quick little trip to Japan, see if I can bring up someone's club. And I'm going to be starting things off with Samson, Samson, that is. See if can you guys see that on screen? You should be able to see it now, right? So Kobe, that is the new home belonging to Vian Samson. You already heard about how her life at her new club is going. I did manage to secure a short voice note from Vian Samson, maybe 2 weeks ago. No, time does fly, but it's possibly 2 weeks ago since she made her debut for her now new club. Probably a smooth transition for Samson, because she was previously playing for another club in Japan. And as she said in the voice note sent directly for you guys to listen to, she's clearly enjoying life in Asia, and long may it continue. So how that one panned out, you're currently looking at the league standing. Kobe there highlighted in the, let's say, the middle half of the table, and it's not looking too bad for Vian. They currently sit in the 6th place. They're currently situated in the 6th position, but some good news there as it relates to Samson. As you should already know if you've been keeping up to date with my channel, that is, Samson and her club started things off on a positive note in terms of competitive football. She actually got off to the dream start where debuts are concerned. She netted on her debut for her new club, Kobe, the club right there in front of you, and she did so in a competition called the We League competition against a team called Osaka. I'm going to try and see if I can maybe get up. Actually, no, it won't work. This is one thing that I dislike about following footballs from certain leagues. I was going to get up some results there pertaining to the game that she scored in pertaining to her debut. But unfortunately, when you're following women's football, depending on the competition, it does tend to be a tedious task. You don't always know who the goal scorer is. You don't always know what minute the goal scorer found the back of the net. It's not like men's football where you can just go over and Google and everything is in front of you. For the more notable leagues, the more recognizable leagues, so like your WSL or your NWSL teams that play in La Liga, it's a little bit more better in terms of finding information. But even then, sometimes the information provided on the Reggae Girls is quite vague, which does make my life a little bit more challenging when I'm trying to secure those information to share with you guys. So as I said, I would have gone back and actually showed you guys the game in which Vian made her debut and when she scored. But unfortunately, if I do go back a step, all that you guys are going to see is the name of both clubs, and you're not even going to see the full-time score. But do trust me, she did find the back of the net, I should say, on her debut. I believe that one finished 2-1. 2-1 to Kobe, and that was again against Osaka. Hope I pronounced their name correctly. Another reggae girl who has since made her debut. Got Golden in the house. Toy Golden, if I pronounced the name correctly. Good day to yourself. I hope you're in good health. Fabio Frano, good day to yourself. Bailey is back already. Yes, we're going to be diving into some information there pertaining to Leon Bailey. So hold that thought. My live stream is probably going to take maybe no longer, probably less, I should say, no more than 30 minutes. I reckon I can just wrap this all up in 30 minutes or less. Okay, so I won't take up much of your time, but I know you guys have been asking for your Reggae Girls update, so I do have to get the Reggae Girls content out the way first before I can close off on Leon Bailey. Okay, so be patient with me. I'll try to move as quick as I can. If I haven't said so already, thank you guys for your continuous support. Next, we're going to be taking a quick little trip to Spain in La Liga. We're kind of spoiled for choices in La Liga at the moment. Kind of enjoying following football in La Liga. Did I say La Liga? Sorry, guys. Not La Liga. That's wrong. Let me try and get something up for you guys. I'm saying La Liga as if I'm talking about the men's team. I'm actually talking about the Premier Division. Talking about the Premier Division as it relates to the women's top tier football in Spain. So ignore the La Liga. It's definitely not called La Liga. We're going to start things off by looking at Madrid, and they're currently, and that's Madrid CFF, not Madrid FC. Madrid FC, you should already be familiar with Madrid FC, with Real Madrid. They're currently at the top of the league, but our club that we're focusing on at the for the time being is Madrid CFF, and that is the new home for Kayla McKenna. You can see there on the screen in front of you, they are currently positioned in the second place, in fifth place, and they have played 2 matches, and so far they actually secured 2 wins. So as you can see here, 2 matches played, 2 wins in the bag. Long may it continue. Some good news there as it relates to Kayla McKenna. You guys are probably aware of this, but as I'm trying to bring us all on the same page, keep us all in the loop, she netted on her debut a bit like her teammate Samson. She netted on her debut for her new club, Madrid CFF. She previously played for Villarreal, but you guys should already know that they were unfortunately relegated last season. Some bit of tug of war going on at the bottom of the top tier of women's football in Spain pertaining to the unfortunate situation last year, tug of war between Tiffany Cameron's club, Real Betis, and also Kayla McKenna's previous club, Villarreal, with Villarreal being relegated from the top tier of women's football in Spain. Hopefully this season will be a bit more smooth sailing for her, and hopefully she won't be looking at another relegation in the face. I imagine when you're faced with relegation, it must make things quite difficult for you, both on and off the field of play. Tiffany Cameron's Real Betis, for those of you who are wondering, Tiffany is back in Spain. So she actually missed her opener, and that was due to situations out of her control. Initially to deal with her visa. She needed visa clearance. She spent her summer in Canada with her mom and her sister and her extended loved ones, trying to sort out her visa before she could then go back into Spain. Thankfully, she's now back in Spain training with her team. I'm sure it won't take long for you to see Real Betis and Tiffany Cameron up and running in terms of goals being scored and matches being won. Another team there for us to keep our eye on is Espanyol. Where is Espanyol? Espanyol are unfortunately at the bottom of the league. There was a Reggae Girl derby If Google can behave itself, let's see if I can might have to show you guys this one. We had a Reggae Girls derby this past week there, guys. And we can actually get this one up. Bear with me. Let me go ahead and show you guys the Reggae Girls derby. And I do like Reggae Girls derbies. For those of you who don't know what a Reggae Girl derby is, it's obviously where you have a Reggae Girl versus another Reggae Girl for their respective clubs. On this occasion, it was Kayla McKenna versus our very own Trudy Carter. So you can see there, Kayla McKenna, she started the match and went off. I believe she went off during the 60-something minute, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go back and see when she actually exited the game. Yes, she did. She went off in the 66th minute, so inside the second 45. As it relates to Trudy Carter, she actually entered the game off the bench. So you can see there, Trudy Carter came on for Espanol. So make of this one what you will. You probably have your favorite reggae girls. I know a lot of you do actually have your favorite reggae girls. But for me, I don't have nothing to complain about. As long as the girls are fit and healthy and are producing the goods for their respective clubs, then, you know, long may their success continue. I'll leave this one in terms of who you guys are going to back between yourselves. But as I said, as long as they're fit and healthy, that's the most important thing. And I think we can get used to seeing these Reggae Girls derbies, whether it's in the top tier of women's football in Spain, or be it here in England in the WSL, the top tier of women's football, or in the championship, which is the level below. We're going to be seeing a host of Reggae Girls derbies between now and the end of the season for the girls and their respective clubs. So in case you guys haven't figured this one out yet, if you're tuning into the live stream, I can't actually see you guys in the comment section, but just to reiterate, this live stream was put together quite late. So what I'm doing is I'm just focusing on some competitive football there for our Reggae Girls playing for their new clubs, and talking about their debuts, how it went, who scored, and so on. And then by this weekend, we will obviously pick up pace and go back to doing things normally. We'll also be talking about Leon Bailey, because I know a lot of you want to hear about Leon Bailey, correct? Next, we are going to be moving on to, let's go to England and see if I can get this club up. I should, because, I mean, let's see. Don't know why they're giving me the men's team. I don't want the men's team. Let's go and look at some championship football there, the second tier of women's football in England. And I need to actually show you guys the result. I like to look at the result with you guys as opposed to just reading it back to you. I do like to just look at the results. Alrighty. Bear with me there, guys. Be patient. Let me get this one up for you. All right, let's get this game up for you guys. Right, let me switch my screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at, because I don't believe you can see Newcastle United. So those of you who are out of the loop, you should know that Newcastle United is the new home of Shania Hills, and some good news there as it relates to Shania Hills. You should be able to see this result in front of you, or at least I hope. If not, do trust my words as I read back the information to you guys. So some good news there as it relates to the Toons and Newcastle United and their 12th man, and more importantly, Shania Hills. She came up clutch on her debut for the Toons, finding the back of the net, and she did so in some applaudable fashion, because she actually broke the deadlock inside the 20th minute. In terms of Newcastle United there and their league position, I'll go ahead and show you guys one match played so far, and that is one draw in the bag, hence the 1 point where the points tally is concerned. But it is only one match played there for Newcastle United. The rest of the teams around them have already played their second games. Yes, we do have a host of Reggae Girls spread across the board in the WSL and also in the Championship and elsewhere in Europe and abroad. And we'll get into those other teams and their the respective Reggae Girls by this weekend. Okay, but so for tonight's show, we're only going to be focusing on the debutants. So, our life with Newcastle United there has started off on a bright note for Shania Hills, and long may it continue. I'm gonna take a quick little trip and head over to Turkey, top tier of women's football in Turkey. And if you know about Turkey and Fenerbahce, then you should know that this is the new home for, if it could actually change, that is. I'm not sure what just happened there. Should be a change on screen for you guys, but I don't think it's changed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that another change. So as I was saying, Fenerbahce is the new home for Konya Plumber. And life is looking pretty sweet if you're looking at the top of the table, that is. Yes, your eyes aren't fooling you. We have 2 games played, maximum points in the bag for Konya Plumber and Fenerbahce. And you could go ahead and cross your eyes there on the GD, as in the goal difference. They have a 14 as their goal difference. They had a thumping victory. I'm going to go ahead and see, pray to God that this does actually come up for you guys. Thank God it does. You can see there, they brush aside their opponents, their visitors on Saturday, putting 13 goals past them. Long may it continue for Konya Plumber and Fenerbahce. Now, let's go take a quick little trip for a brief moment in Portugal and look at Benfica. You should know who plays for Benfica by now, because I have spoken about it already on previous live streams. I've also spoken about it in on my Instagram during the summer when she made her move, and that is our little babyface assassin. I kind of feel like that name will stick with her, or at least that's the name that I've given her. And obviously that was because of when she burst onto the global scene, thinking back to the first Women's World Cup cycle and the qualification, when she picked up the young player award for the tournament in terms of CONCACAF region, that is. So yeah, nickname for Jodie Brown, babyface assassin. She has made her transfer. She made a move to Benfica over the summer, and this is I think a good start for her. It's obviously her first professional contract. She was previously playing for FSU over in the United States, so that's Florida State University, a university that is well known for developing our Reggae Girls. So I'm sure you guys are probably fans of FSU, or maybe you keep it neutral and wish them the very best of luck. So Benfica and Jodie, they have gotten things off to a good start there. As you can see on the screen in front of you, 2 matches played, 6 points in the bag. Not really much to say pertaining to Benfica at the moment. They do have the second round of the UEFA Women's Champions League coming up, taking place. I believe they kick things off tomorrow. It's possibly their second or third game, something along those lines. Some good news as it relates to Jodie. I know we've seen her in training with Benfica, so I'm hoping that she'll be able to take to the field of play for that match. As it relates to the game that was played some days ago, she was actually watching as her team performed and perform the goods against their opponents. Things are looking good for Benfica and Jodie in Portugal, and hopefully long may it continue. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing her play some Champions League football. I'm going to be keeping a close eye, and I'm pretty sure you guys will be doing the same as well, watching her develop and see the trajectory of her career. I think it's going to grow from strength to strength, or at least that's what I'm praying and hoping for our young babyface assassin. So, I'm going to do a little sidestep, and I'm going to be talking about Mr. Leon Bailey. let's go ahead and talk about. I have not neglected the comment section, so I hope you guys don't think I've neglected the comment section. I do apologize, but I'm trying to get my Reggae Girls content out the way before I talk about Leon Bailey. I saw a comment in the comment section about Bailey is back already, something of that ilk, right? Actually, let's go back and look at the comment section. Oh yeah, there it is on the screen. Bailey is back already. I'm sure Fabio Frano is saying that in good faith. Some context to avoid the unnecessary drama and the think pieces. In fairness, I don't think this one has come as a surprise because I did say on my live stream, I believe it was in the lead up for my preview for the Cuba game, that the understanding was that given the update then, Bailey was only expected to be out for 2 weeks. And we know that he picked up a hamstring injury, I would say just on the stroke of going into the international break, playing against Leicester City and Bobby Reed. Unfortunately, it was an untimely injury, but as I said, it was a hamstring injury, but we knew from during the international break that just went for the men's team, that Leon Bailey's injury wasn't a severe one. I'm sure you guys are already aware of this because Liam Bailey is not the first player to pick up a hamstring injury. So without me sounding like I am echoing myself, but to scratch the surface, the recovery period for hamstring injury, depending on the extent of the injury, so depending on whether it's a strain or depending on whether it's a tear, I'm not a doctor, but what I do understand is that it could take something in the region of a few days, weeks, or months. Again, it depends on how severe the injury is. Thankfully for us, because we do wish the young man well, thankfully for us, it wasn't a severe injury. Hence, what is seemed to be for many a quick return. I think quick return for some. It's probably because maybe some people, and it's not to sound like condescending, it's maybe for some people, they probably just see hamstring injury and automatically just see red. There's different levels to hamstring injury. Again, it depends on the grade. So, grade 1, grade 2, and so on. Again, it depends on whether it's a tear or whether it's a strain, right? So again, I know Fabio, I left your comment up on screen. It's not to scapegoat you. I don't know you personally. I don't think I've ever seen you on my channel before, but I do trust that your question or your comment was in good faith. Yeah, chose to explain that, not necessarily for Fabi. I called you Fabio, my apologies. Not for Fabi, but just so everyone can be on the same page. Leon Bailey's return for me is not a shocked one because we already were told that his injury the return was estimated for 2 weeks. Bunny is also back in business. She's fit as a fiddle. I love this question because you're right for asking it, and sorry for not touching on Bunny. I have touched on Bunny's recovery in previous live streams, but this is a perfect question, and the reason why it's perfect before I go back to Leon Bailey is you guys will already know that Kiki Van Zanten and Bunny Shaw actually picked up injuries around about the same period. So say 5 months ago, way back in April, right? You could see Bunny on her Instagram wearing her protective boot, and also Kiki showed us when she did post-surgery, and Kiki had a foot injury. But thankfully, both our captain Khadija Bunny Shaw and Kiki Van Zanten, I know that's one of your favorites there in the comment section, both of them are up and running and in training with their respective clubs. I will turn my attention to the comment section and give you guys your individual big ups, but I think I have spoken enough on the women's team. I will play a short video on Kiki, but I'm going to go ahead and go back to Leon Bailey. Or what I can actually do, because the Kiki video is relatively short, you guys can see for yourself that she is back in training. So go ahead and watch this video. It's about less than 6 seconds. There you go. So what you should be able to gather from that is that basically she was speaking about her return from injury. She's running again, as it says on the caption in front of you, and she's doing so, as I alluded to, after 5 months of being on the sideline due to a previous foot injury. What we can do now is go ahead and talk about Leon Bailey. I have a feeling that's the reason why there's a strong turnout for you guys. You want to know about your poster boy, Leon Bailey, and why wouldn't you? So let's go back and talk about Leon Bailey. Let's see if we can get up some information there on Leon and Aston Villa. But before I do that, why not go ahead and play a short audio from Unai Emery commenting on Leon Bailey. They are gearing up for some Champions League action, and their game is actually all set for tomorrow. They're going to be playing against Young Boys, and it is a 5:45 kickoff, and I'm going by UK time. I'm probably maybe 6 or 5 hours ahead of you guys, but it is a 5:45 kickoff. It is one of the earlier Champions League kickoff, and Leon Bailey and Aston Villa will be playing against Young Boys. Will he feature in the match? You can go ahead and listen for yourself.
Hi, is Leon Bailey fit, Unai, and are there any other fresh injuries from the weekend?
He is in the squad. We are going to try now, and hopefully he will feel good. And tomorrow we'll decide if he's playing minutes or in the starting 11. But it's good news.
So very short and sweet there from Leon Bailey. A question that I'm sure you guys all appreciate from the journalist there that posed the question to Unai Emery. Let me go ahead and pause some. Can I pause anything on screen? No, I can't. I'm gonna actually just scroll down and focus on stats by club for Leon Bailey, because it will make sense with what I'm about to share with you guys. As I said, when I'm saying certain things, I do like to keep the screen in front of me so that you guys can see for yourself and look that maybe for some of you, you might think I'm trying to pretty things up. So for those of you who are probably not trusting of my words just yet, you can look on the screen in front of you and follow what I'm saying back to you guys. So to summarize it all as it relates to Leon Bailey, you've already heard from his gaffer there, Unai Emery. Yes, he is back up and running. I believe he posted a photo of himself in training some hours ago over on his Instagram story. So that is good news. Again, don't be surprised by his injury return. I know some people will have their own little think pieces and come up with speculation. But again, we should not be surprised, because we were previously told in the international break just gone that the expected return date is within 2 weeks time, and I think it's safe to say since his injury 2 weeks has gone by. I'm really pleased for him, pleased for Leon Bailey and Aston Villa. As you can see on the screen there in front of you, he's on the verge of adding to his European appearances, and he's done things across the board. If I scroll down, you can see the number of competitions that he's played in. He's no stranger to playing European football. He's played across a number of respective leagues within their own rights, from UEFA Conference League with Aston Villa. He's also played in the Europa League with Genk and also Leverkusen. And surprise, surprise, maybe some of you are unaware, but he's also tasted Champions League. He's played football at the highest level, again with his former club, Bayer Leverkusen. So I do trust that this season will be more of the same for Leon Bailey in terms of playing on Europe's biggest stage. As I said, he's no stranger to said competition. He's been there before. Really happy for Aston Villa. It's not my club, but they are currently the home of one of our reggae boy, and he is the poster boy for the reggae boys. More importantly, he is our compatriot. So I don't need to be a villain or whatever they call themselves. I don't need to be an Aston Villa supporter to want good for Aston Villa. Really happy to see them back in Europe's top competition. Should probably go ahead and bring up some info there for you guys as it relates relates to Aston Villa. I will sound like a bit of a broken record, but we should know by now that Aston Villa is one of England's most successful clubs, up there with the likes of up there with the likes of Everton, for example. You can see the trophies that they have won and put in their back pocket. And as I said earlier on, in the show, they've already secured a trophy that a lot of clubs have yet to win. Some big heavyweight European silhouette as it relates to the Champions League. So they're back on the big stage. They will be facing Young Boys in what will be Tuesday night's fixture. Do keep an eye on the kickoff time, because my kickoff time and your kickoff time will be different. And they're doing so in applaudable fashion. Definitely deserve to return back to Europe's biggest competition. It's their first time going back into the Champions League since 1983. So long may it continue for Aston Villa and Leon Bailey. More so for Leon Bailey. We do wish our Reggae Girls and Reggae Boys well, irrespective of the clubs that they play for. Even if they're playing against a club that is a rival to us, we do wish them well. So that is how things is looking for Leon Bailey and Aston Villa. He is back in the big leagues, and so is Villa. I don't know if you guys have been to Villa Park. I've been quite fortunate to been to that stadium, and yeah, it is breathtaking. It's a beautiful stadium. I'm happy for their fans. I'm sure they can't wait to hear the Champions League theme tune ring around their stadium. It's going to be a good season for them. I don't know if the ticket prices are kind to them, but it's the Champions League, so you should probably brace yourself and expect to pay those higher than normal prices for your tickets. And I think that brings an end to my show. But before I close off, I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I will be looking at my comments section. We have a number of games taking place tomorrow across the board. So I would advise you guys to keep an eye on the games there as it relates to our Reggae Boys and Reggae Girls. Why not? I think maybe we can go back to Leon Bailey. Let's just go back to Leon Bailey while I address you guys there in the comment section. And if you're new to the channel, why not go ahead and hit the subscribe button, especially if you've enjoyed what I've said to you guys so far. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you've not hit the like button already, it does not cost you a penny. Do go ahead and hit the like button. Right, so let's see what you guys are saying in the comment section. Yeah, as I said earlier on, made a slight little mistake with the La Liga. So I echo what I've said. It's not called La Liga because that is the men's version of top tier of women's football in Spain. So I do apologize. Knight Rider, big up yourself. I hope that you are well. Big up yourself there, Knight Rider. Good to see you again on my live stream. I think you were here last night, right? Did a lengthy live stream last night. Owen, I hope that you are well. Owen, always good to see you in the comment section. I hope that you are well, Owen. Johnny Powell, good to see you again, Johnny. I hope you are well. Hope all of you guys there in the comment section. Brazil Dino, I feel like this is my first time seeing you in my comment section on this particular platform. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe that's just me. My apologies if that's not the case. I do apologize. Shania, yes, Shania is on fire with Newcastle United. Long may it continue. Liga F is finally come back to me. It was pounding my brain. Liga, I've covered this so many times, but my mind was just not working. Liga F is the name, guys, not La Liga. So again, that is the top tier of women's football in Spain. Mr. Lee Young, good night to yourself. I hope that you are well. See what you guys are saying. Well, I've not seen or heard of any retirement. So yeah, the answer is yes. The answer is yes, Lee Young. I saw him post on his IG, so I was asking. Oh, okay. I guess you're referring to Leon Bailey. Oh yeah. I think that's probably what people were thinking in terms of like worst case scenario, right? I think that was a question from Fano instead of a statement, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it was a question. Enough respect. Nice to have you here. Pristine, I hope you are well. Yeah, I've been here before, but I don't usually comment. Okay, well, I hope tonight isn't your last time over on the channel. Conrad Smith, big up to yourself. Brazil Dino says, please like up the video. Listen to the man, guys. Listen to the man. Support the show. Thank you for your kind support. And you could get some words on CFAS for us. I could do CFAS as well. As I said, tonight's live stream was a late one. Planned it quite late into the night. I think I started planning this show maybe 1 hour before I went live, just because I fell asleep quite late. Paper plates, how you? Good day. Brazil Dino. I think he might get some minutes to work him. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I'm trusting that you're referring to Leon Bailey. Good evening, Ronaldo. This is good to hear that it's nothing major because he was gearing up for the season. Exactly. I'm happy for him. You know, hamstring injuries can be an absolute nightmare. It can kill off your season, or at least a bulk of his season. The Champions League experience will be good for Villa. Congrats on our victory at 3 Points Lane. Oh, wow. I like that. 3 Points Lane. What's that? A hat trick of victories at Tottenham Hotspurs? I'll take that. I didn't realize that you was an Arsenal fan. Good to have you in the comment section. Flavor Max. Aston Villa is poised to do good things in Europe if they rotate well, which Unai Emery is great at managing. Yeah, he is good in Europe. Shame he couldn't be good in Europe for his club, his former club in North London. But Unai Emery is a intriguing conversation. It's an intriguing conversation. I will say this, that I am appreciative of what he did with my club at the time. I will definitely say that. Not going to take nothing away from him. You always got to look at context when you're assessing certain situations. So I won't take nothing away from Unai Emery. I think he's a quality manager. Where are all these pop-ups coming from? I'm trying to get rid of the pop-ups, guys. Pop-ups. Okay, I think it's been paused. Big up Bonnie Shaw. Back on the track. Yes, she is. She is definitely back up and running with Manchester City. I think Manchester City might be scary this season, guys. Birmingham City with Siobhan Wilson, if you're referring to the women's team, that is. Bailey might not play against young boys, but I expect to see him in the Midlands derby against Wolves. He might get a few little minutes, maybe in the latter stages. Unai might give him a little run out. He might get a couple minutes here and there. Refreshing to hear pure journalist in a position way. I think maybe you're probably saying positive way, but I do appreciate your comment there. So yeah, last night's live stream, I was actually told that there was 3 elderly men in Jamaica that were tuning into my live stream, and then I think that was the first time that they came across my channel, and they were quite intrigued with what I was saying pertaining to the Georgina James allegation and the lack of coverage around it from new media. And to my surprise, they really liked the conversation. Again, completely new to my channel, but they liked it so much. They were passing through a neighborhood, so it's not even their community. And I was told that they went and bought their red stripes and sat down and watched their whole entire shows. And you guys know I was streaming for over 2 hours. So to those gentlemen out there, I wish I knew you guys by name. I would give you guys your individual big up, but thank you for tuning into my show. And I'm glad that the message was clear, and thank you for your feedback as well. Like and subscribe to the show, please, guys. I'm trying to take this one to 5K subs. We're heading in that direction. I can say that we're definitely edging closer towards my target before the year is 5K subs. Don't know if I'm going to reach it, but I will at least try. Travis, it's been a while, sir. I hope you are in good health. I hope you are in good health. Hope you and the family are in good health. I hope all of you guys in the comment section are in good health with your families. You know what, guys? I'm going to switch this because the number of pop-ups is actually really irritating me. Let's look at Houston Dash. Let's see. Birmingham. Has it not changed? Let's go back. Why did it not change? Okay, should change for you guys now. Yes, perfect. Thank you for the Reggae Girls update. You are more than welcome. It was quite brief. I will get into things thick and heavy this weekend though. To be honest with Travis, he is quite kind in my comment section. I'll give him that. He has been kind in my comment section. Thank you for the reminder. But in fairness to him, he has been kind in my comment section, you know. Jermaine, pick up yourself, Mr. Miller. I hope you are well. Real Alabella, where have you been? Where have you been? He said he missed the Leon Bailey reports. Can we speak on it? Yeah, the big man is back. I can go ahead and play that audio from the presser today. So Leon Bailey is back up and running with Aston Villa as it relates to his training. As I said earlier on in the stream, it shouldn't come as a surprise during the men's international break, which just closed recently. We were actually told that the expected turnaround for Leon Bailey was 2 weeks. So I think it's safe to say between the injury, which he picked up against Leicester City and Bobby Reed, that is, it's been 2 weeks since then, so I'm not surprised. I'll go ahead and play that short audio there for you, Real Alabella, of Unai Emery answering a question pertaining to Leon Bailey and his return. He has made the trip to play against Young Boys in the Champions League, and that one kicks off on Tuesday, 5:45 p.m. UK time.
Are there any other fresh injuries from the weekend?
He is in the squad. We are going to try now, and hopefully he will feel good. And tomorrow we'll decide if he's playing minutes or in the starting 11. But it's good news.
Is Leon Bailey fit, Unai, and are there any other fresh injuries from the weekend?
He is in the squad. We are going to try now, and hopefully he will feel good. And tomorrow we'll decide if he's playing minutes or in the starting 11.
So there's some good news there as it relates to Leon Bailey. As I said before, usually with hamstring injury, there is like a scare. I think for the most part, if you're a 12th man, naturally you're thinking the worst, that it could be out for weeks or months. But thankfully on this occasion, it's quite clear that it was not a severe hamstring injury, hence what is seen as a swift turnaround. Good question there, Knight Rider. Things appear to be quite quiet, but what I can do, I can go and knock on some doors and ask some questions for you and see what's going on. We do have an international window coming up, and if I'm not mistaken, that international window is supposed to be next month. So it's all well and good with the JFF promoting the men's fixture that's coming up next month, but I would also like to see them promote some fixtures for the Reggae Girls because there is a international window coming up, and I would like to see the Reggae Girls play. Why not? Would love to see the Reggae Girls play against some opponents. I'm going to try and see if I can actually bring that up since you asked, because I'm pretty sure there is a window coming up. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the FIFA match calendar with you guys. So I don't know what the JFF are playing at, or if they're up to their usual tricks, but I'll go ahead and find out for you. You can see there we have a window coming up between, let's call it the 21st of October to the 30th of October, and you can see there available for all confederations. Maximum games 2. So that is how we're looking there. I do hope that the girls get some games in their book. It's looking a little bit questionable at the moment though, isn't it? Because the men's team is being promoted. Like to see the promotion of the men's team, but as I said on my stream when we were talking about Honduras, I do want to see that promotion of the men's team extended over to the women's team, you know? Would like to see them being treated fairly and equally, even if it is just externally. What they do internally is still public interest, and we will call out the nonsense as we see fit. But it was also nice to see the Reggae Girls get that love and support that the men's teams get in. Would be great for them to get 2 fixtures there in the diary and get some games under their belt. I've said on my previous live stream, I'd love to see the Reggae Girls play more matches against those African countries there. I would love to see them play against Zambia, for example. Arsenal and Bailey fan from birth. Good JPL at the moment. Waterhouse versus Sportsmax Live, Sportsmax TV halftime. Okay, thank you there for the update. I think someone asked me. I can't remember who asked me. It might have been Mobe Guna that asked if I cover. Sorry, Mobe Guna. Sorry if it's not you, but your name is came to mind. Someone actually asked if I am doing JPL content. If it was accessible to myself, I would, but here's the thing, I don't want to promise you guys something and then not deliver, because I am snowed under as it relates to work and commitment. I'm just roping myself back into regular live streaming for you guys. So I have to be quite strategic with what I commit to, because I don't want to let you guys down. I don't want to tell you that every week I'm going to be doing a JPL and I end up not doing it. It is just one of me. In an ideal world, I would love to have someone to work with. I'd love to be able to pay someone to work with me. But unfortunately, I'm not at that point yet with the platform. But the idea is to turn this into a 9-to-5. That's my dream. My dream is to turn the platform into a 9-to-5 where I can hire someone to work with me, even if it is just a producer, just to take the weight of pressure off me, because I am a one-man band. When I go to competitions like your Diamond League or your Commonwealth Games, I'm doing it all by myself. You know, I'm the videographer, I'm the editor, I'm the interviewer, and then I'm the one who works the socials as well. So it is a lot of work. I don't complain. I'm very proud to say that I self-taught myself and I'm able to do 3 roles. I can balance 3 roles at once. Some people can only do one. So some people can only be an interviewer, whereas I can be your interviewer, I can be your camera woman, and I could also be your editor. I can interview you and film you at the same time. I've done it with my athletics interview. All of my athletics interview and my netball interviews have been filmed and edited by myself with the questions asked by myself. So toot my own horn, because I'm very proud of what I've done working independently, working alone. It's tough, it's challenging, but I do get the job done. But as I said, guys, the dream for me is to turn this channel into my 9-to-5 and also to hire someone to work with me, you know? That is my dream. Serious people as well, you know, because I don't want no one telling me that they want to come and work and then they don't show up. I want like to work with serious people, people who are committed to their job. Man from Portland, my favorite parish. Can we get an interview with the women coach or comment about the women's team? If that's what you guys want, we can try and see what can happen, what is feasible, what we can make happen. As it relates to the women's program, obviously there's not really much talk on it where the JFF is concerned. The table in front of you, that's actually a look at the FIFA window as it relates to schedules, pending schedule. So there you should be able to read this one. It's quite faint, quite fine in front of you. But there is an October window coming up from the 21st to the 30th. maximum games highlighted there is 2. So I would like to think that the women's senior team will have 2 games to play for in October. If not, then I guess we just have to let loose on the Jamaica Football Federation again. Because we're going to be standing up for the women's team because they deserve us to fight in their corner, you know. I'm very fortunate that I've not only seen the Reggae Girls play at a World Cup, but I've also been at a World Cup and see them play live in flesh. But more importantly, my generation, those 90s babies, we've seen our country play at 2 World Cups in our generation. I don't have memory of the 98 World Cup, but I do have memory of the 2019 and 2000 and the 2023 Women's World Cup. So we're quite fortunate in that regard. And the younger generation, you're even more blessed because we don't, when it comes to the women's team, thankfully so far, long may it continue, we don't have to forcibly support another country. We can support our own nation because they're there, they're playing, earned their stripes, earned their merits, created history along the way from the first World Cup qualification, becoming the first Caribbean women's team to qualify for the FIFA Women's World Cup, going a step further as to making Jamaica the first Caribbean nation to have their men's and women's team qualify for their respective World Cups apiece. And then with the second Women's World Cup going to the knockout rounds, again creating further history. So credits to the players and the coaches and all parties involved, both internally and externally, for making that happen. Long may the success continue. I actually told you guys I'll be here for 30 minutes or less. I did not lie, but I have lied because we're heading towards 1 hour. It's been 55 minutes since I've been sat here with you guys. That was not intentional. Definitely wasn't intentional, but it's almost been 1 hour since I've been sat here with you guys. But I think that is me. I'll probably take this one to 1 hour. Why not round it off to 1 hour? And as I said, we're going to start to pick things up as it relates to the Reggae Girls performing for their respective clubs as well as the Reggae Boys, because we can't like leave out one team and focus on the other, right? Got to treat them as equal because that is what we're asking the Jamaica Football Federation to do. So that's what we're going to be doing from our hand. We're going to try and control what we can control, challenge what we can't control, and sometimes we might leave certain nonsense alone and let it be. So before I forget my manners, massive thank you to you guys there in the comment section, from the regulars to the newcomers. I hope that if you're new to the channel, that this won't be the last. Thank you for sitting with me for the best part of almost an hour. I'm going to let this one roll off into an hour, and then I'm going to have to love you and leave you. And I'm going to go and stuff my face. Do let me know, guys, in terms of studio ideas, what you guys want me to do with my studio. At the moment, it's down to its bare bones. There's nothing in there apart from the room itself, but I do want to do something. I'm not very creative when it comes to like imagining things in terms of like interior design. It's not really my thing. So maybe someone in the comment section is more creative than me in that regard. Someone actually asked if I can just put back up the jerseys, just hang up my jerseys. I don't mind doing that, but the thing is, my studio is actually also my office. It basically enables me to work from home. So we're putting up the jerseys is all well and good, but it just means when it comes to working from home, I will have to remove the jerseys. You don't want to be doing a meeting and seeing me with my Jamaica jerseys in the background. I've done it before, definitely done it before, but I think upon reflection, I want to change that, right? So that's the reason why the jerseys aren't up on the backdrop at the moment. Signed jersey on the wall. Signed jersey. I like this. I like this idea. The great outside of a great idea. I like this. All right. I like this. Love you too, Night Rider. Take care of yourself. Drink lots of water and remember to stretch. I will, sir. I will. I definitely will. Right after I stuff my face. Again, guys, if you are out and about, I do hope that you make it home safe and unharmed. I hope that you've enjoyed tonight's live stream. Thank you to those of you who have hit the like button. Over 70 of you have hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you haven't hit the like button yet, what are you waiting on? It does not cost you a penny. I've got just over 2 minutes left with you guys. So feel free to throw any questions or suggestions at me before I close off. I'm gonna try and see if I can come back tomorrow as well, right? See if I can come back tomorrow as well. Yes, drink enough water, but not too much. Water intoxication is a real thing. Oh, really? You see, too much of one thing isn't good enough, isn't good for you, is it? Nitro, good night to yourself. I hope you're well. I hope you and your family are well. Could Ashley Cole become England's first black manager? That would be England's men's team, that is. Could he become? Yeah, I mean, anything is possible in football these days, isn't it? Anything is possible in football these days. Anything is possible in football these days. Maybe, it could happen. It could happen. Gonna wish him the very best. Definitely going to wish him the very best. But yeah, it could happen for him. He's already in the setup, isn't he? So he's already through the door, which is one of the most important things. You got to be visible, you got to be seen to get certain opportunities. He's already doing that. So he's already on the right path. So who knows? Maybe it will happen. I don't know. But I do wish him the very best. Yes, I do wish him the very best, even how he left Arsenal. And I think if we're being honest with ourselves, why not? Why not? He had to do what he had to do. Can't hold it against him. So yeah, that's a real good question. I do like your question. Definitely like your question. Mm. Let's see. Never wishful thinking. It depends. I mean, England so far, I wouldn't say never because they're obviously recruiting from the academy upwards, aren't they? Isn't that how former gaffer Gareth Southgate landed the role for the men's senior team? And isn't that something similar to what the current interim head coach is doing? Didn't he come from the underage group and into the senior men's position? So it never say never in football. Anything can happen, you know. Are England ready for a black coach? I mean, what they're going to do if they do get a black coach? I mean, we've seen Hope Powell. She's the first to do it. She's the first black person, black manager, I should say, to manage a England national team. I know we're talking about women's football here, but in terms of Ashley Cole wouldn't be the first black England manager, is what I'm trying to say, because that's already been done. Hope Powell has already done that. Yes, it's in the women's side of the game, but we can't take that bit of credit unbelievable achievement away from her. You know, she's one of the, as they will call it, one of the trailblazers for in terms of black coaches visibility and representation. So we have to lay the flowers firmly at her feet. It's already been done. Not trying to take anything away from Ashley, what Ashley Cole could potentially do, but Hope Powell has already ticked that one off on the list. While enough water is quite essential, drinking too much water can decrease sodium in the blood to dangerously. Wow, thank you. I like that, guys. I like that. I'll be as balanced as I can. I do drink water more than anything else. I don't drink fizzy drink. Oddly enough, when I do drink any form of fizzy drink, it's always when I come back home. So when I'm in Jamaica and I'm in holiday mood, I would have like a fruit punch bigger because I love fruit punch bigger. But in terms of Coke, Pepsi, I don't drink that. I used to drink like Coke quite regularly, and one day I decided to stop. And since then, I just can't consume it no more. I can taste the sugar levels and it tastes horrendous. I don't like the look of it, don't like the taste of it. So I don't drink fizzy drink. So when it comes to drink itself, it's always like some form of fruit juice that I'm drinking, or typically water. So I do drink more water than juice. All right, guys. So we've gone over the hour mark. So I'm about to love you and leave you. Unfortunately, I don't want to go. But I think I'm going to have to save everything, anything extra for another time. Don't want to bore you guys to death. All right. So let us try and bring this one to an end. This is the hardest part, closing off. I hate closing off with you guys, but it has to be done. If I will be back tomorrow, I will let you guys know. Do keep your eyes peeled in my community tab, where I will be letting you guys know if I'll be doing a live stream. That's the best way to keep up to date with my live streams. Blessings to yourself, Nitro. Do keep your eyes in my comment section, and also make sure that the bell notification is turned on. I can see that I only have 10% of battery left. So either way, I will have to close off because I've been warned by my computer that I do have 10% left. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much for your continuous support. Thank you for helping me to grow the channel. I do appreciate each and every one of your support. To the guys who are active in the comment section, thank you for being interactive and engaging with my comment section, because it does help me to deliver the live stream with you guys. I don't like sitting here and talking to a screen. It does become very awkward. It can be done, but I much prefer when you guys are active in the comment section. Also, thank you to those of you who are silently watching for whatever the reason might be. It could be out of comfort. Maybe you don't want to drop a comment. I'm completely fine with that. Thank you nevertheless for your support. Again, if you are out and about, I do hope that you make it home safe and unharmed. I also hope that you are in good health. And if you are not, I hope that it is temporarily and you will be back to your old self, or maybe even better than your old self. And you know how it goes. Until next time, take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.